Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. It would seem that within the galaxy the tensions between both the Empire and the Federation continue to escalate. In response to the Imperial ship construction project that was started a few weeks back, the Federation have begun their very own construction project. They plan on building 3 brand new capital ships, warships no less, and it seems very much that war is certainly on the cards. In order to do that, they need the delivery of certain materials, so I'm heading out in my Type 9 to assist them with that particular project. Anything that pushes the galaxy towards war, and therefore a bit more excitement, is a good thing in my eyes. How such a war will be represented is anyone's guess, but my hope is that it's going to be a lot more than just conflict zones spewing up here and there between the Federation and the Empire. In any event, I think it's something that we're going to see before too much longer. So I needed to pick up the components here, and I used the website eddb.io as usual, and that is a very handy resource. You can see a link to that in the video description. It will let you find just about everything you'd possibly need within the entire galaxy. The T9 can hold a reasonable amount of cargo, so once full, it was time to move on to the destination station over in Guheim. Yes, a rather unusual system name there. Before we go too much further, I'd like to make a quick apology to any people viewing this video on a super widescreen monitor. You'll notice that the aspect ratio actually looks a little bit skewed as to how it normally is, and there's a very valid reason for that. You'll see why that is a little bit later in the video. For those of you watching on a regular widescreen monitor though, you shouldn't notice any problems at all. I've been using the T9 a lot more lately than I have for quite a long time. It was one of my favourite ships back during the premium beta days, a long time back, and I'd actually forgotten just how slow the old cow is. There's better cargo ships, quite possibly, certainly ships that can carry a lot more, but for now, this is within my price range and something I'm quite happy to keep on using. Now, in the meantime, I've been to Felicity, the old girl, and taken this Type 9 there to get some drive upgrades. I've managed to unlock grade 5 with her, fortunately, and this Type 9 can now jump 25 light years with an empty cargo hold and 20 light years or thereabouts with a full cargo hold of nearly 500 units, and that's pretty good going all in all. With a bit more modification, it's actually possible to increase that jump distance a little bit more. For my purposes though, the jump range on this ship is now good enough for me. And you may have noticed that the system I picked the commodities up at is only 1 jump away from Guheim, where the community goal is located at, making this a very easy community goal to do deliveries for. You can see that this actual footage was filmed a few days ago, but I have been back into the game since then and taken more of a look. And let's have a look here where this actually placed me on the community goal, and then I'll let you know what the current tier levels are as of this video. And you can see that 1 delivery has put me straight into the top 25% with a payment of 2.4 million. As I said, that's a few days ago. As of today, the top 25% is sitting at just over 6 million. So a few systems away, there is another community goal, and this one is for a charity. This particular system has gone into famine. They need food delivered, so I'm collecting a load of food cartridges to deliver there. For some reason, I always have a particular like for this type of lighting in this station. It certainly is somewhat less common than the other style of lighting, and well, I just don't know really why it is, but there's something about it that I find appealing in a sci-fi industrial context. So you can see yet again that the CG, the community goal, is just 1 jump away, and yet again I used the website eddb.io to locate the products. Now, like I've said many times before, you can still always rely on the in-game galaxy map to find where the commodities are located, or even your own knowledge if you've got extensive trading experience. But I don't like to spend too much time wandering around, and I've never found the galaxy map to be all that accurate. So the third-party website for me is a fantastic alternative. A quick transition over here then to the destination, dropping off the nearly 500 or 400 tons worth of food cartridges to these people who are in desperate need for food. And you can see that's also put me into the top 25%. Not expecting a huge amount of money for this, because after all, these guys aren't in a particular well-off state. Now here's the reason I mentioned for the unusual aspect ratio that some of you will be seeing. and today I'm going to do something a little bit different, something I haven't done for a very long time. What you see in here is my perspective through my Oculus Rift. Now I'm only using the DK2, but this is captured through the second screen that's displayed on the monitor, so the resolution would be a little bit low, but this is about the best that we could capture. And what I want to do here is show you what it actually looks like. I did intend to show you what the other Community Gold was going to be like. I was going to show you some full-on combat, but I had a few problems with the setup, which I'll get to in a moment. So I'm still here in my Type 9, and what I'm going to do is just slide back a bit in my chair here, and that's going to enable you to see what the bridge looks like. Now, a few of you may have seen this before, and probably quite a lot of you won't have seen this. A lot of the bridges on the large ships are absolutely massive. Now, I don't know if you get a fuller sense of scale here, but what you do get to see is what the bridge itself actually looks like. And of course, without an Oculus Rift or without a VR headset, this is not something that you're going to be able to see. Now, there's a co-pilot seat down there, and there's another one over to my right, and you can see there's some ladders to get up to them. And from outside the Type 9, down on the deck here, you can actually get an idea of just how large the ship is. Even without the sense of scale you get from the 3D, I've placed a camera here at head height. It gives you an idea that this ship is truly massive. I don't know how many of you guys and girls are actually using VR, but I'd be very interested to hear what your opinions are on the consumer versions of both the Rift and the Vive as well. Heading out then to the final Community Gold to do a bit of combat, I got caught in an interdiction. Combat within Elite Dangerous is handled extremely well at the best of times, but there's nothing that quite rivals combat within VR in this game. The sense of space, the sense of immersion, the sense of scale is truly unbelievable. And of course, the extra spatial awareness that you always get from within VR really does help when it comes to locating and focusing on the enemy ships. Unfortunately though, I hear there's quite a lot of problems still with the Vive in terms of Elite Dangerous. Whilst the Vive works really well with all other games, there's still some serious resolution problems with the Vive that Frontier just seem unwilling to directly comment on and are leaving for months at a time without addressing. Now, I know the Rift had some problems a while back, and it took them many months to finally fix it, and they pretty much were exactly the same there, not really commenting on it until finally they issued the fix. But I'd like to think that all Frontier's customers deserve a little bit better than that, so hopefully we get to hear something from Frontier very soon on this. Now, with some combat over there, here's what the Vulture looks like. It's very similar to both the Federal Assault Ship and the Federal Dropship as well. You can see there's the co-pilot seat back there, and there's a few other nice little features in the ship. And we should all be getting some fresh perspectives on our ships when multi-crew finally arrives. I did want to do some more combat within the Rift, but unfortunately I had some technical difficulties. You can see here that the colours keep flashing. When it goes pale, it means that the Rift is losing its tracking position with the camera, and I haven't managed to figure out exactly what's going on there, but hopefully you enjoyed what I've managed to show you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.